And hello guys, I am doing another little review for you. This is like, I'm struggling trying to get to see all the new movies, so it's going to be some old movie reviews sometimes, but hey, and this is the first like anime movie I've really watched, and the one I watched was Summer Wars. This was, I don't know much about like Japanese directors and stuff. Let me just get this up. Yeah, and see, I didn't really recognize, there was no how do you say it? No English stars. I mean, I know it's Japanese, but I was just saying. So there's like all these people you probably won't know, like Nami Sakuruba or whatever. See, it was directed by Mamoru Soda. And all I know, people said he's done Gigamon before this and whatever. So yeah, let's start with the basics. The basic story of this is like, imagine if the world, it looks at how we're very sort of dependent on the internet, how we sort of use internet so much. And in this story, Oz is like this huge internet platform where people create avatars, and they can do everything. Like stuff which happens there actually can reflect in the real life as well. So I really liked it because I realised, I look at these things like, I was listening today, and there's this whole like neck challenge where people are challenged to down some drink, and it's caused trouble, and it's interesting how powerful it can be. And basically there's this two guys, with main characters is the popular girl in high school, and there's like two guys who do maintenance work for Oz, and basically that one of the guys has a crush on her, he's liked her and all that, and she has a job of pretending to be her boyfriend. He doesn't know it straight away, and then it's basically a virus kind of thing gets into Oz, and it starts messing with stuff. It starts out small, but then it gets bigger and bigger, and at the end of the story there's a very high stake. I'm not going to quite say what, because I don't want to spoil too much. The story's very good. Was it the best story? No. It was it's a nice sort of straightforward story. There were some complex little bits, but it was mainly a straightforward story, I would say. Nothing too like making your brain think. But I still enjoyed it. What I liked was just the whole thing on family. It was a very good film about how family pulled together, how they helped each other, and it was also very interesting looking at the influence of the internet and just how powerful it could be, because this could happen. It's very relevant as well. So I still enjoyed the story, and the hit bits, there's like one or two. There was one bit where, let's just say, a character dies, and that made me feel a bit sad. It got me a little bit, but not as much. I mean, this isn't as emotionally intense as probably stuff like Clannad, which I've heard about. I haven't watched it yet, but I've heard that's really sort of, it'll make you cry. This will make you a little bit emotional, but it's more comedy, I would say, and it's comedy than sort of sad and depressing. It's actually quite uplifting, and especially it's mainly good stuff happen. Mainly when there's trouble, nothing happens really to the main characters, and it's a big family, which I think is, in a way, it's quite good, because you have lots of different personalities, but some of them you don't get to spend much time with, because there's so much people to look at and sort of build up and all that. But the main characters, the girl, she was really good. She did a good performance. Well, I know animation, but the person who did the English voice for it was really good. The guy was really, I felt really good for the guy. Like, he was a good character because he was one of those really clever people, but socially he wasn't so great. Which I like. It was a nice contrast, a nice contrast to people. The actual English, like, dubbing and stuff, generally was very good. Like, there's some bits when I was watching it I noticed there was a bit off, but really, like, microscopic. Like, you would have to concentrate really hard, and I really enjoyed it. I haven't watched this, like, subtitled version, so I can't compare, but I think the English dubbed version is still pretty good. I would recommend if you really want to watch it in English. You're not missing out. It's a good quality dub. So yeah, it's good quality English dub there. And the artwork, like the animation was really, like, especially in Oz, that stuff was amazing. It was so colourful and rich and diverse. I loved it. And when you went to the real world, that was quite good as well. Like, had a really cool house, and like I liked the sort of architecture. And I wouldn't say like the character models were the best. I think like in the Oz world it was really good, really cool. How's it, avatars and stuff. The real world, like, sometimes the animation was exaggerated so much, and I wouldn't say it was the best I've seen, but it was still pretty damn good, and they only exaggerated in points, to make you get a certain message across, So I enjoyed the animation. There's pretty fun story, and with some sad moments in it. We're not the most emotionally, like, it won't make you. Well, I didn't cry, or I felt a little bit of like, oh, that's sad. But good characters, and overall, I would watch this. I don't know. I mean, it's probably one I'll only watch once. Mind you, I only watch most things once anyway. But in terms of the first, like, real anime movie I've watched, it's pretty good. It's pretty much like sort of a summer flick with some, like, sci-fi stuff in it. But yeah, good movie. I would recommend seeing this. You can find it on the internet for like a free version. Most sites have got like a free version you can watch. So yeah, I say thumbs up to that film, and well recommended. So I'll try and get into some more anime movies. I'm gonna do The Wolf Child. I want to do that. Wolf Children, I think. So that looks good. And I will see you guys later. Bye bye.